Welcome to Nolan Knows. We're going on hiatus, but before we go, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of characters from my radio broadcast. These two characters help really to define the Democrat and Republican mentality. And if there's anything in the last year that I've tried to teach people and explain on this broadcast, is that there's a better way than the Democrats and the Republicans. It's a way that promotes liberty and freedom. It's something that gives people choices, because those people with free market choices are the ones who come up with all of the solutions. Not big government, not the bureaucrats, not the Democrats, not the Republicans. To help me in this endeavor, I'm going to bring on board my producer for my radio program, Brian Hansen, and he will ask questions, first of Gary the Liberal. I am Gary the Liberal. I know everything, and I'm here to help you. Mr. Hansen, you have questions, I have answers.
I do have questions. Why does America need social programs?
Well, my God, man, you don't think that people could possibly be responsible for themselves. You don't think that people would save for their own retirement, and you don't think that people would give to private charity to help people in need? Well, I would give because I'm that kind of guy. But most of you might not, and then we would have people starving in the streets. So we need our social programs.
Is there any social programs that we currently don't have that you would like to see come forward in the next 5-10 years?
I would like to see us buy the poor brand new cars. You know, they often live in the inner city and they don't have any access to transportation. And the jobs are usually out in the suburbs where the wealthy, rich Republicans are. So we ought to buy them new cars. It would help the automotive industry, it would put money into circulation, and it would help provide employment opportunities for the poor.
But they do have a bus system currently that they can, get to various places. What's wrong with using the taxpayer-funded bus system that we already have?
You rich Republicans never want to spend money on the poor. You always think we should spend money on tax cuts for you. Cough up a little of that money, buy our poor friends some safe transportation. It will lower unemployment and it will stimulate the market.
So you're saying that we don't need the bus system anymore?
It would augment buying people private cars. We also need to provide internet access to low-income housing. I know that people generally work for that kind of thing, but let's face it, the poor have a right to the internet too. In fact, we are doing that in real life. It's such an advantage for the poor.
Why don't those people that need the internet services and need transportation use the public bus system to get to the library?
If you're going to act like that, I'm not going to answer any questions. Liberals seem to always know it all. They got an answer for everything, and the answer is take money from the rich, give it to the poor, and somehow that'll create utopia. It never works. But the Republicans, well, they've got a different view of things, and financially, or fiscally anyway, I oftentimes agree with them, but they're wrapped up in the military. They think they're John Wayne going to war. Their answer to everything seems to be to go to war. So let me introduce you to Gary the Republican.
I have a couple questions for you today, Mr.
Send in more troops and we'll all be better off and
Well,
safer.
I hadn't asked the question yet. As you know, we have a lot of problems throughout the world with ISIS.
Send in the troops and we'll all be a lot safer.
I haven't finished the question yet.
I know, but that's the answer, Pilgrim.
We have a lot of problems throughout the world, including Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, and many, many others around the world. What does the United States need to do in terms of diffusing some of these situations around the world?
Oh, we gotta send in the troops and go out and take care of the problem. We can kick butt and take names. That's what we need to do.
All right, let's go to healthcare. What do we need to do?
Oh, we need to send in the troops. That's the only way to fix the problem.
Maybe you misunderstood the question. The question was healthcare. Does the government need to be involved in health care?
We need to send in the troops. That's what we need to do. We need to send in the military. We need to spend more money in the Pentagon. That'll fix everything.
All right, let me ask you another question. The nation's unemployment rate is currently
well,
at
we can put them in the military. They can save the country.
The nation's unemployment rate is currently at 5.5%.
The military. That's the answer, Pilgrim. We can lower the unemployment rate and make the country safer.
So using our military would be a great way to reduce the unemployment rate.
Well, using the military will fix just about anything. Democrats and Republicans seem to pull us apart in the strangest ways. The Republicans always want to use the military, they always want to go to war, they want to be the world's police department. They think they're supposed to make the United States look after everybody else in the world. Democrats, on the other hand, think that they're responsible for looking after everybody's personal life. They tell us how to save, where to save, how to invest, who to hire, when to fire. They tell us about where we're going to get our health care, what's going to be in our health care. They treat us like infants. They don't think we'll survive without them. I'm a libertarian myself. I believe in you. I believe in freedom. If we just respect the Constitution, if we start teaching it in school, if people learn about the doctrine of enumerated powers, if they understand the Bill of Rights, we can fix everything that's wrong with the United States. Thank you.